were meant to hear this. Stop. Just stop for a moment. Before you move on, before you scroll, before you tell yourself this isn't for you, I need you to stay right here, because this is not an accident. You finding this, right now, in this moment, at this exact hour of your life, that was not random. That was not coincidence. That was not luck. That was me. I arranged this. I placed this in front of you because I have been watching you. I have been watching you carry things that were never yours to carry. I have been watching you smile when you were breaking inside. I have been watching you pretend that everything is fine, when behind closed doors, in the quiet of the night, you fall apart. I see that. I see you, and I have something to say to you today that is going to change everything, if you let it. Not tomorrow, not when your life gets easier, not when you finally figure it all out. Now, because the moment you have been waiting for, this is it. You didn't stumble onto this by accident. Something in you, something deep, something ancient, something I placed inside you before you ever took your first breath. That part of you recognized that today was the day. Today is the day you needed to hear my voice. Today is the day I needed to speak directly into the deepest part of who you are. So don't go. Stay with me. Because what I'm about to tell you is going to reach down into the places you've never let anyone touch. The places you've kept hidden, locked away, maybe even forgotten yourself. I'm going to reach into those places, and I'm going to speak life into them. Are you ready? Because I am. I've been ready for a long time. This is your message. This is your moment, and you were always meant to be here. I know who you are, my child. Let's start there. My child. Not a stranger, not a case number, not a project, not a problem to be solved. My child. Do you know what that means? Do you understand the weight of those two words? Before you had a name, before your parents chose what to call you, before you had a single memory or a single scar, I knew you. I formed you. I crafted every part of who you are with intention and with love. You are not a mistake. You are not an accident. You were not born into this world as some random collection of atoms that happened to come together. You were designed. You were thought about. You were dreamed of by me, long before anyone else ever laid eyes on you. And I want you to hear that. I want that to sink past your ears and past your mind and down into that wounded place in your chest where you've been keeping all the questions. Am I enough? Yes. Am I loved? Yes. Does anyone actually see me? I do. I see the version of you that woke up today and had to convince yourself to keep going. I see the version of you that has a smile ready for everyone around you while your own heart is silently screaming for help. I see the version of you that lies awake at 3 in the morning with thoughts that race so fast you can't catch a single one. I see the version of you that scrolled through your phone looking for a sign that things were going to get better. I sent you this. This is your sign. I know you've been strong for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to be held. I know you've been giving your time, giving your energy, giving your love, and you wonder if anyone will ever pour back into you the way you pour into everyone else. I will. I do. Every breath you've taken, I gave you that. Every morning you opened your eyes, I was already there, waiting for you to wake up. Every moment you felt like you couldn't take another step, I was underneath you, carrying more of your weight than you even knew. You have never walked alone. Not once, not for a single second. I need you to understand something about how I see you, because it is different from how the world sees you. The world looks at your failures. I look at your potential. The world looks at your past. I look at your future. The world looks at your broken pieces. I look at the masterpiece those pieces were always meant to become. You have been measuring yourself by the world's ruler. You've been comparing yourself to people around you. You've been listening to voices that told you that you were too much, or not enough, or too late, or too damaged, or too far gone. Those voices were lying. Every single time. And I know that you're carrying something right now that is heavy. Maybe it's a relationship that's draining the life out of you. Maybe it's a dream that feels like it's dying. Maybe it's a version of yourself that you used to know, a lighter version, a more hopeful version, and you miss that person so much it aches. I see all of it. I want you to close your eyes for just a moment. Just breathe, and hear me when I say this. I am not angry at you. I am not disappointed in you. I am not tired of you. I am right here, and I love you with a love that has no end and no condition and no limit. That's not a motivational phrase. That is the truth. And you deserve to live inside of that truth. I see your silent battles. Let's talk about what's really going on. Because I know about the thing you haven't told anyone. I know about the prayer you stopped praying because it felt like no one was listening. I know about the version of yourself you've been hiding. The scared version, the confused version, the one that doesn't feel worthy of love or success or peace. I know about the nights. Those quiet, heavy nights when the world goes to sleep and you are left alone with your thoughts and your memories and your regrets. When you replay old conversations in your head. When you wonder if you made the right choices. When you think about the roads you didn't take and the people you've lost and the time you feel like you've wasted. Those nights are real, and they are some of the most honest moments of your life. Because in those moments, you strip away the pretending. You stop performing. You stop being strong for everyone else. And for just a little while, you are exactly who you are. Someone who is searching. Someone who is hoping. Someone who is aching for something more. That ache is not weakness. That ache is me calling you. I place that ache in you because I know what you were made for, and I know you haven't reached it yet. And deep down, in a place you might have buried under busyness and distraction and noise, you know it too. You know there is something more for you. You know this is not the end of your story. You know the life you're living right now is not the full picture. But fear has been whispering something different. Fear says, stay where you are. It's safer here. At least you know what this is. Fear says, you've tried before. You've failed before. What makes you think this time is different? Fear says, you're too old, too broken, too behind, too much of a mess. Fear has been talking to you for a long time, hasn't it? And somewhere along the way, you started to believe it. You started to believe that the small, stuck, shrinking life you've been living is just what you deserve. That the dream was too big, that the calling was too loud, that the hope was foolish. You started to play small, because playing small feels safer than reaching for something and falling short. But let me tell you what playing small is actually costing you. It's costing you your peace. Because there is no peace in shrinking. There is no peace in holding yourself back from the life I created you to live. There is no rest in running from your purpose. Every day you spend avoiding the life I have for you is a day you spend in low-grade anxiety. That nagging feeling that something is off, that you are living slightly to the side of your actual life. You feel that, don't you? That feeling like you're one step outside of where you're supposed to be. That feeling is not depression. That feeling is not failure. That feeling is a compass. It's pointing you back to me. And then there's the other thing. The thing you've been holding on to. Maybe it's a relationship. A person you know isn't right for you. A person who takes more than they give. A person who diminishes you and dims you and makes you feel smaller than you are. And you know that you need to let go. But you're afraid of what letting go means. You're afraid of the empty space. You're afraid that if you release this thing, nothing better will come. Maybe it's a habit. Something you keep returning to when the pain gets too loud. Something that numbs you for a little while, but leaves you feeling emptier than before. You know it's not helping you. You know it's holding you back, but it's familiar. And familiar feels like safety, even when it's actually a cage. Maybe it's the past. The version of events you keep replaying in your head. The things that were done to you. The things you did. The words spoken over you that you never quite shook. The identity someone else tried to give you. Broken, unworthy, unlovable, too much, not enough. And somehow that identity became the lens through which you see everything, including yourself. I need you to hear me on this. That identity is a lie. It was always a lie. The people who hurt you, they were broken too. They passed their wounds down to you like an inheritance you never asked for. And I am so sorry for every wound. I grieve over every moment you were treated as less than what you are. I was there in every one of those moments, and I wept. But here is what I need you to know. Those wounds are not your definition. They are not the last word about who you are. I am the last word about who you are, and what I say is this: you are loved, you are chosen, you are not broken beyond repair, you are in the process of being made whole, and the very things that were used to hurt you, the very battles you have been fighting in secret, the very wounds that you think make you disqualified, those are the exact things I am going to use to make your life into something beautiful. Stay with me, because we are just getting started. Pay attention. I need to stop you here, right in the middle of all of this, because I know what happens. I know how this goes. You get a word like this one, and it stirs something in you, and you feel it, really feel it, and then life keeps moving. The moment passes, the feeling fades, and nothing changes. I don't want that for you. Not this time. This time, something is going to be different. Not because you're going to try harder. Not because you're going to be more disciplined. Not because you're finally going to get it all together. This time is going to be different because you are going to stop waiting. Stop waiting to be ready. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting until you feel strong enough, healed enough, sure enough, good enough. The moment you've been waiting for has been waiting for you. And it requires something from you right now. Not something big, not something dramatic, not some grand gesture of faith or courage. It requires one small step. One small act of trust. One moment of saying, okay, I don't understand this, but I'm going to take the next step anyway. That is the secret I am about to tell you. That is the thing that is going to change everything. Are you still with me? Good. Because this is the part that matters most. The power of small obedience. My child, I want to tell you something about how transformation actually works. It doesn't work the way the world tells you it does. The world tells you transformation is dramatic. Transformation is the before and after photo. Transformation is the big decision, the sudden change, the mountaintop moment that flips everything in an instant. And those moments exist. I have given them to people. Sudden breakings open, sudden clarity, sudden shifts. But most of the time, transformation looks nothing like that. Most of the time, transformation looks like waking up and making one different choice. Just one. It looks like choosing to be honest instead of comfortable, just once. It looks like reaching out for help instead of pretending you're fine, just once. It looks like opening your heart to me in the morning for 5 minutes before you open your phone, just once. It looks like small. And I know that small doesn't feel significant. I know that when you're standing at the base of the mountain, one step doesn't look like much. I know that when you're in the middle of a life that needs to change, one small decision feels like throwing a pebble at an ocean. But listen to me. I created the ocean from nothing. I don't need your steps to be big. I need your steps to be real. I need them to be true. I need them to be honest. I need them to be taken in the direction of what I am calling you toward, even if that direction is only slightly different from where you've been going. Because here is what happens with small steps. They compound. One step of obedience creates the capacity for the next step. One moment of trust opens up the space for deeper trust. One small change in your morning creates the energy for a small change in your afternoon. One conversation you were afraid to have and had anyway builds the courage for the next conversation. One day of choosing to let go, just one day, makes the next day of letting go a little bit easier. This is how it works. This is how mountains are moved. Not in one explosive moment. In 10,000 small moments, strung together over days and weeks and months. And one day, one ordinary, undramatic day, you look up and you realize I am not the same person I was. Not because of any single giant leap, but because of all the small steps you took when you didn't feel like taking them, when it didn't make sense, when you couldn't see the outcome, when you were scared, when you were tired. When you wanted to quit, you took the step anyway. That is faith. And that is the most powerful thing in the universe. Let me tell you a truth about the way I work. I do not wait for you to be perfect before I move in your life. I do not wait for you to have it all figured out. I do not sit back and withhold my grace until you've cleaned yourself up enough to deserve it. I meet you in the middle of the mess. I move in the middle of the imperfection. I show up in the middle of the small, shaking, uncertain steps. I am the God of the small. I used a small child to take down a giant. I used a small jar of oil to sustain a widow through a famine. I used a small boy's lunch to feed thousands. I used a small seed to teach my people about the kingdom. I used a small, quiet voice to speak to a prophet in despair. Small is my specialty. Small is where I work best. And that small thing, that small step, that small act of obedience, that small moment of trust, is how your story starts to change. Not the whole story, not all at once. The next page, just the next page. I'm only asking you to turn one page. I'm not asking you to read the whole book. I'm not asking you to know the ending. I'm not asking you to understand the plot. I'm just asking you to turn one more page. Can you do that? One page, one step, one small act of saying yes to what I am calling you toward. That's all. And I will do the rest. Here is what small obedience looks like in real life. Because I want to make this practical. I don't want this to be something you feel for a few minutes and then forget. Small obedience looks like this. It looks like choosing silence instead of defending yourself when every part of you wants to fight back. It looks like choosing gratitude for what you have instead of bitterness for what you lost. It looks like forgiving one small thing today. Not everything, not the whole history, just one small thing, and doing it again tomorrow. It looks like getting up when you don't feel like it and spending 5 minutes in my presence. Just 5 minutes. Not an hour, not some perfect spiritual discipline. 5 minutes of real, honest, imperfect conversation with me. It looks like putting down the thing that numbs you, just for today. Not forever, just for today. It looks like sending the message you've been afraid to send, making the call you've been avoiding, taking the step you've been circling for months. It looks like saying, I don't know what I'm doing, but I trust you enough to take the next step. That's it. That is obedience. That is the seed that grows into transformation. I am not asking you to overhaul your entire life by Tuesday. I am not asking you to become a different person overnight. I am asking you for one small thing, one real, genuine, scared but doing it anyway, act of trust. And then another one tomorrow, and another one the day after. Because here is the promise I am making you right now. If you give me your small steps, I will build something from them that will leave you breathless. I will take your 5 minutes and multiply them into hours of clarity. I will take your one act of forgiveness and use it to heal something you thought would never heal. I will take your single step of courage and use it to open a door you didn't even know existed. I work with what I'm given. Give me something small and watch what I do with it. Equals the hardest thing and the best thing. My child, I have to talk to you about letting go. Because this is the place where most people get stuck. This is the threshold that changes everything. And it's also the threshold that most people stand at for years, not crossing over, unable to release what's behind them, and unable to move toward what's ahead. I see you standing there. I see you at the edge of something new. And I see what you're holding on to. I'm not angry about it. I'm not impatient with you about it. I understand why you're holding on. I understand that the things you're gripping so tightly, those things were precious to you. Those things were painful to lose or scary to release. Those things became a part of your identity. Letting go of them feels in some ways like letting go of yourself. But here's what I need you to understand. The version of yourself you're holding on to, the one built on fear and control and self-protection, that version is too small for what I have for you. I'm not asking you to let go of yourself. I'm asking you to let go of the small self so you can receive the real self. The self I made you to be. The self I've been keeping safe on your behalf, waiting for the day you'd release your grip just enough to receive it. Control. Let's talk about control for a moment, because I know that's a big part of this for you. You have been managing your own life for so long. You have been calculating, predicting, planning, preparing, safeguarding, maneuvering, all because you've learned that the world is unpredictable and people are unreliable, and the only way to feel safe is to stay in control. I understand where that came from. I know the moments that taught you to grip so tightly. I know the times when things fell apart and no one was there to catch you. I know the disappointments that made you decide, I'll never let that happen again. I will manage this. I will control this. I will make sure. And in some ways, that drive kept you safe. But it also kept you stuck. Because you cannot hold the future in your hands and also open your hands to receive what I want to give you. Both of those things cannot happen at once. Tight fists cannot receive gifts. And I have gifts for you. I have things prepared for you that you cannot imagine, cannot calculate, cannot plan your way into. They are beyond your vision. They are outside your map. They exist in territory you have never been in before. Territory you can only reach if you stop trying to navigate by yourself and start letting me lead. But leading requires trust, and trust requires letting go. So here is what I want to ask you, gently, lovingly, the way I always speak to the people I love most. What are you holding on to right now that is keeping you from moving forward? What is it? Name it. Maybe it's a relationship that ended, but you haven't emotionally released. Maybe it's a version of your life you planned that didn't happen, and you're still grieving the plan instead of embracing the new direction. Maybe it's resentment towards someone who hurt you, and you're holding it because releasing it feels like letting them off the hook, like saying what they did was okay. Maybe it's a dream you're holding on to so tightly that you've stopped listening to me about whether the dream has changed shape. Maybe it's an identity. Maybe it's the story of what happened to you. Maybe it's the comfort of being the victim, which is real and valid, but it's also a prison, and I want to walk you out of it. Whatever it is, I see it, and I'm asking you to open your hands, not because what you're holding doesn't matter, not because your pain isn't real, not because I want to take things from you, but because I cannot give you the new while you're using all your strength to hold on to what was. Letting go is not losing. Letting go is making room. Think of it like this. You've been carrying a backpack. You've been carrying it for so long, you forgot it was there. It's full of old things, old hurts, old habits, old stories, old fears. And every day you wake up and put on that backpack and carry it everywhere, and you wonder why you're so tired. You wonder why everything feels so heavy. You wonder why you can't quite run toward what's ahead of you. It's the backpack. I'm asking you to put it down. Not because you're weak, because you were never meant to carry it. I never gave you that load. Some of it was placed on you by other people. Some of it you picked up on your own, trying to hold together things that were already breaking. Some of it you've been carrying so long you think it's just part of who you are. It's not. Set it down. And then stand up straight for the first time in a long time. And feel what it's like to move without the weight. That is what letting go feels like. And on the other side of it, on the other side of releasing what was, there is something I've been preparing for you. Something that fits perfectly with who you are. Something that is exactly what you were made for. Something that is going to feel when you receive it, like finally coming home. But you have to let go first. You have to trust that the letting go is not the end. It's the beginning. Trust what you cannot see. Let me speak to you about time, because I know this is one of the places where you struggle most. You are looking at your life, and it feels like things are moving too slowly, or not at all. You've been waiting for the breakthrough, waiting for the relationship, waiting for the opportunity, waiting for the answer, waiting for things to finally shift. And the waiting has been long, and the waiting has been hard. And there have been moments where you wondered if I had forgotten about you. I need you to hear me clearly on this. I have not forgotten you. I have never forgotten you. Not for a single second. Not in the longest, darkest night. Not in the season when everything went quiet. Not in the year that felt like it was erasing you. Not ever. I am not slow. I am not behind. I am not scrambling to catch up to your timeline. I am outside of time. And that means I can see what you cannot see. I can see how this chapter leads into the next one. I can see why the door that closed last year needed to close. I can see the person you are becoming through this waiting season, the depth being built in you, the roots going down, the strength being formed. I can see the thing that is coming toward you that is not ready for you yet, or that you are not ready for yet. And I can see the exact moment when those two things will meet, and it is worth the wait. I promise you, it is worth the wait. But I know that's hard to hear when you're in the middle of the waiting. I know that watching other people's lives move forward while yours seems to stand still is one of the most painful places to be. I know that comparing your story to everyone else's story makes the waiting feel like punishment, like something is wrong with you, like you've been passed over or overlooked. None of that is true. Your story is not moving slowly because you are worth less. It is moving at exactly the right pace because I am doing something in you that requires time. I am doing something in you that cannot be rushed. Something that if it came before its time, you would not be able to carry it. You would not be ready to steward what I am preparing to give you. The waiting is preparation. The stillness is formation. The silence is not absence. I am working in the silence. I am working in the waiting. I am working right now, in this very moment, even as you read these words and wonder if anything is happening. Something is happening. Something is always happening. You just can't see it yet. There is a story in the earth of seeds buried in the ground, invisible, seemingly lifeless, hidden in darkness. And someone walking by would never know, looking at that empty, brown, dormant earth, that underneath it, something miraculous is being prepared. Something that is slowly, quietly, powerfully pushing its way up. Something that will one day break the surface and stand in the sunlight and be more beautiful than anyone who watched the bare ground could have imagined. That is you, right now. You look at your life and you see bare ground. You see nothing happening. You see winter. I see a garden in the making. I see what is underneath. I see the roots, and the roots always come before the fruit. Always. So in this season of waiting, I want to ask you to do something that is going to feel counterintuitive. I want to ask you to stop striving, stop pushing, stop trying to make things happen on your timeline. Stop trying to force open doors that are not yet ready to open, and instead, rest in me, trust me. Not passive trust, not lying down and giving up, but the active, intentional, powerful choice to say, I believe that you are working. I believe that you have not forgotten me. I believe that what you have prepared for me is worth this waiting season. And I choose, today, to walk forward in peace instead of panic. That choice, that act of trust, is itself a small act of obedience. And it will produce something in you that striving never could. Your past is not your prison. My child, Let's talk about what you've done. Let's talk about your mistakes. Your real ones. The ones you've tried to hide. The ones you're ashamed of. The ones that wake you up at night with that cold rush of regret. The ones you told yourself I could never forgive. The ones that made you decide, quietly, privately, in a place you've never said out loud, that you don't deserve to be loved by me. I need to talk about those, because those are the lies that are keeping you furthest from me. And I want to destroy them today. Here is the truth, the real, unshakable, eternal truth about your past. I know everything you've done. Everything. Not some of it, not the presentable parts, not the version you've cleaned up for public consumption. Everything. The worst thing. The thing you are most ashamed of. The choices that hurt people. The times you knew better and chose wrong anyway. The betrayals, the failures, the moments of darkness, the things that cost you. I know all of it. And I love you anyway. Not in spite of it, not while wincing, not grudgingly with conditions, watching to see if you'll slip up again. I love you without reservation. I love you the way a parent loves a child who has made terrible choices. Not blind to the choices, not pretending the choices don't have consequences, but never, ever withdrawing the love. Never revoking the status of beloved. Never closing the door. My door is open. It has always been open. And I need you to walk through it. The guilt you've been carrying, that crushing, heavy weight of what you've done wrong, I do not want you to carry that anymore. Not because it doesn't matter, not because I'm minimizing what happened, but because you have already been carrying it long enough that it has changed you. It has bent you. It has made you smaller and more fearful and more convinced that you are not worthy of the life I have for you. And that burden was never mine for you to carry alone. It was never mine. You were never supposed to carry your own sin as though you are the only one who can pay the price for it. That price was already paid. That debt was already settled. Not by your suffering, not by your guilt, not by your years of carrying this weight, but by love, by sacrifice, by a grace that is so vast, so complete, so absolute that it covers not just the person you used to be, but the person you are right now. In all of your imperfection and struggle and failure. You are covered. You are forgiven. Not almost forgiven. Not forgiven but on probation. Not forgiven but you have to earn your way back. Forgiven. Fully. Completely. From the root. Now here is the part I need you to do. Receive it. Because forgiveness that is offered but not received doesn't free you. Forgiveness sitting in your hand like something you're afraid to hold, that doesn't transform you. You have to open your heart and actually take it in. You have to let it land in that deep, guilty, ashamed place and let it do its work. Grace is not something you understand. Grace is something you receive. And once you receive it, once you really let it in, something remarkable happens. The guilt doesn't just get lighter. The guilt is replaced. It is replaced by something that is its opposite in every way. It is replaced by love, by peace, by the strange and wonderful realization that you are free, that the past is not a chain around your ankle, that the worst thing you've ever done is not the definitive statement about who you are. I am the definitive statement about who you are. And what I say is this: you are my beloved child, in whom I am well pleased. Not because of your performance, not because of your track record, because of who you are to me, because I made you, and I chose you, and I decided before you ever made a single mistake that you belong to me, and nothing you have ever done has changed that. Walk free today. Let the guilt go. Not by pretending the past didn't happen, but by accepting that the past has been paid for, and refusing to live in a prison that has already been unlocked. The door is open. Walk through it, and come home to me. Trust what you cannot understand. I need to tell you something that might make your logical mind uncomfortable. And that's okay, because faith was never meant to be comfortable for the logical mind. There are things I am asking you to do that don't make sense. There are things I am calling you toward that you cannot explain, cannot justify, cannot prove, cannot make a rational case for. There are directions I am pointing you in that if you laid them out on paper would not add up. The math wouldn't work. The logic wouldn't hold. The strategy would look foolish to anyone on the outside looking in. And I am asking you to go anyway. I know how that sounds. I know that you are someone who likes to understand, someone who processes, evaluates, considers, weighs, someone who likes to see the whole map before they take the first step, someone who has been burned before by going forward without thinking, and who made a commitment somewhere, quietly, to not be that naive again. I understand that. I honor the wisdom that comes from learning through experience. But there is a difference between wisdom and fear. And what I see in you right now is that fear has dressed itself up in the clothing of wisdom. It is telling you to wait until things make sense. It is telling you to hold back until you have all the answers. It is calling itself being responsible and being careful and not being impulsive. But what it is actually doing is keeping you from saying yes to me. And I need you to see that. I need you to be able to tell the difference between the voice of wisdom and the voice of fear, because they sound similar. Both of them say slow down. Both of them say think carefully. But wisdom leads you to me, and fear leads you away. Wisdom says, I don't have all the answers, but I trust the one who does. Fear says, I can't move until I have all the answers myself. And here is the thing about waiting until you have all the answers. That day is never going to come. That day is not real. There is no version of your future where every variable is controlled, every risk is eliminated, every outcome is guaranteed. The certainty you are waiting for before you take a step of faith, that certainty is not something this life offers. But I offer something better. I offer presence. I offer myself. I don't offer you a guarantee of exactly how things will unfold. I offer you the guarantee that I will be with you in every single step of the unfolding. I offer you a guide. I don't offer you a preview of the whole story. I offer you a companion for every chapter. That is actually better than certainty, because certainty in a wrong direction will take you somewhere terrible. But my presence in uncertainty will take you somewhere extraordinary. The stories I am most proud of, the people whose lives have moved the most, who have found the most joy, who have experienced the most of what I have for them. They are not the people who waited until everything made sense. They are the people who said yes when it didn't make sense. They are the people who stepped out when the ground beneath their feet was invisible. They are the people who kept going when every voice around them said, this is foolish, this is risky, this is too much. And every single one of them, every single one, told me afterward, I am so glad I trusted you. I am so glad I took that step. I cannot imagine who I would be and where I would be if I had stayed where fear told me to stay. That can be your story. That is the story I am writing for you. But I need your yes. I need your imperfect, scared, uncertain, not ready, shaking but stepping yes. Give me that and I will do the rest. Because here is what I want you to understand about faith. Faith is not the absence of doubt. Faith is moving forward in the presence of doubt. Faith is not knowing everything and trusting anyway. Faith is not knowing everything and trusting because of who I am, not because of what you can see. You don't need to understand everything I'm doing. You just need to trust the one who does. The hidden power of consistency. I want to tell you about a secret. A quiet secret that the world doesn't talk about nearly enough. The secret of quiet faithfulness. Because here is what the world glamorizes. The big moment, the dramatic turning point, the overnight success, the sudden transformation, the lightning bolt that changes everything in an instant. And those moments are real. I have given them to people. I will give them to people. But they are not the foundation of a transformed life. The foundation of a transformed life is something the world barely notices. It is the person who gets up every morning and does the small, faithful thing, even when no one is watching, even when nothing seems to be changing, even when the results are invisible, even when the feeling is gone and all that's left is the choice. It is the person who prays, not when they feel spiritual, not when prayer feels electric and alive, but on the ordinary Tuesday when they are tired and distracted and prayer feels like sending a letter to an address they can't confirm, and they pray anyway. It is the person who chooses kindness when cruelty would be easier, who chooses honesty when a lie would be more convenient, who chooses to show up again when quitting would feel like relief. That person, that quietly faithful person, is the one whose life I am building something extraordinary inside. Not because faithfulness is magic, but because faithfulness is alignment. It is bringing yourself into agreement with the way I work. And the way I work is this: I multiply what is offered to me consistently over time. You give me a seed every day. I grow a forest. That's the deal. And the seeds don't have to be impressive. They don't have to be large. They don't have to feel significant in the moment. What they have to be is real and offered consistently and given in the direction of what I am calling you toward. 5 minutes of prayer every day for a year. That's not nothing. That is 30 hours of conversation with me. That is 30 hours of your heart open and your ears listening and my voice speaking into the places that need it most. That is 30 hours of transformation happening quietly, invisibly, in the deep places where the real work of change occurs. The person who shows up to that 30 hours of prayer, even imperfectly, even distractedly, even on the days when it felt like nothing, that person is not the same person they were at the start of the year. They don't always know that. They often can't see it from the inside. But I see it, and the people around them begin to see it. And then one day someone asks them, "You seem different. What happened to you?" And they think back, and they try to identify the moment, the breakthrough, the turning point, and there isn't one. There are thousands of them. 1,000 small moments of choosing faithfully, 1,000 tiny steps in the right direction, 1,000 mornings of getting up and doing the small thing, 1,000 evenings of choosing to trust instead of spiral, 1,000 quiet, unsexy, unglamorous acts of obedience that no one filmed or posted or celebrated. That is what transformed them. That is what will transform you. Here's what I want you to understand about the seasons of life when it feels like nothing is happening. Something is always happening. Always. The seed underground is not doing nothing. It is doing everything. It is breaking open. It is sending roots down into the dark. It is finding water. It is preparing for a life above the surface that it can't yet see and hasn't yet reached. And to anyone watching the ground, it looks like nothing. But the seed knows. Well, the seed doesn't know. The seed just does what it was made to do. And that's the invitation for you. You don't need to know exactly what is being formed in you during this season. You don't need to see the outcome. You don't need to feel the growth. You just need to do what you were made to do. Show up. Keep saying yes. Keep taking the small step. Keep being honest. Keep choosing love. Keep opening your heart. Keep showing up to me, even when I feel far away. Because I am not far away. I am closer in the silent seasons than you know. And I am growing something in you right now, in the quiet, in the waiting, in the invisible, that is going to be more beautiful than anything you could have produced through striving and forcing and demanding that things happen on your schedule. Let it grow in the dark. Keep being faithful in the small. And when the season changes, and it will change, I promise you it will change, you will be ready. Because you did the work in the quiet. You were faithful when no one was watching. And that kind of faithfulness, that is the soil in which miracles grow. This is your confirmation. Stop for just one moment. Take a breath. I want to say something directly to you, right now, in this moment, before we go any further. You needed this today. You didn't find this by accident. You didn't end up here because of some algorithm or some strange twist of circumstance. You are here because I put this in your path. I arranged this moment. I set this up. This is your confirmation. Whatever question has been sitting in your heart, whether you are on the right path, whether I still care about you, whether your story is too far gone, whether there is still hope, whether the thing you've been dreaming about is real, this is me answering you. Yes, yes, you are on my mind. Yes, I care about you more than you will ever fully understand. Yes, your story is nowhere near over. An enormous, overwhelming, unshakable hope. Yes, what I've placed in your heart is real. And yes, yes, I am still working. I am working right now. So take that breath. Let it settle. Let this moment be what it is, a divine appointment, a message sent from the heart of God directly to yours. An interruption of the ordinary to remind you that your life is not ordinary. It is holy ground. It is sacred territory. It is the ongoing story of a God who loves you relentlessly, pursuing you through every season, speaking to you through every means available, refusing to give up on you no matter what. This is that pursuit. This is that voice. Receive it. Learning to tell the difference. My child, I need to talk to you about the other voice, because it exists. And it sounds sometimes very much like your own thoughts. There is a voice that speaks to you in moments of vulnerability, in the quiet, in the weakness, in the spaces between breakthrough and breakthrough. And that voice whispers things that sound reasonable, even logical, even humble. It says things like, "Who do you think you are? You've tried this before. This is just emotional. It won't last. You're too far gone. God might love other people like this, but not you. Not after what you've done. Not after how many times you've failed. You don't deserve this. You're going to mess it up. I need you to hear this clearly. That voice is not mine. I never speak to you in shame. I never speak to you in condemnation. I never speak to you to make you smaller, or more afraid, or more convinced of your unworthiness. That is not my voice. My voice convicts you, meaning it shows you clearly where to change, but it never condemns you. My voice calls you higher, but it never tears you down to do it. My voice tells you the truth, but always wrapped in love, always oriented toward your restoration, always aimed at your wholeness, not your destruction. When the voice in your head says, "You are worthless and hopeless and beyond repair," that is not truth. When my voice speaks, it says, "You are worth everything. You are full of hope. You are in the process of being repaired, and the repair is going beautifully." Learn to tell the difference. Because the enemy of your soul is not trying to destroy you with dramatic, obvious attacks most of the time. He is trying to wear you down with lies that sound like your own inner monologue. He is trying to make you give up on yourself before I can finish what I started in you. He is trying to use your own mind against you. And the antidote to that is not trying harder. The antidote is my voice. This is why coming back to me, coming back to my word, coming back to my presence, coming back to conversations like this one, is not optional for a person who wants to walk in freedom. It is essential. Because the world is loud, and the voice of the enemy is persistent, and the lies, if they go unchallenged long enough, start to feel like truth. Challenge them with what I actually say. You are loved. You are chosen. You are forgiven. You are being transformed. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not alone. Say those things. Say them out loud. Say them when you don't believe them. Say them when they feel hollow. Say them when the other voice is loud, and those truths feel impossible. Say them because they are true, not because they feel true. And keep saying them until the day, and that day will come, when you say them and something in you agrees. Something in you recognizes the truth and says, yes, this is what is real. This is what God says about me. And that day, when it comes, will be one of the most powerful days of your life. The new beginning, what's coming. I want to tell you about what's ahead. Not because I'm going to give you a perfect, detailed roadmap. That's not how I work, and you know it by now. But because I want you to have hope. Real hope. Specific hope. Not just a vague sense that things might get better someday, but a deep, settled, rooted conviction that the chapter coming is better than the chapter you've been in. Here is what I am working toward for you. Peace. Not the peace of getting everything you want. Not the peace of all your problems being solved. Not the peace that the world offers, which is always dependent on circumstances staying comfortable. The peace that passes understanding. The peace that exists in the middle of uncertainty. The peace that stands steady when everything around you is moving. The peace that can look at an unsolved problem and say, I don't know how this is going to work out, but I know it's going to work out, and I am not afraid. That peace is available to you. It is not far away. It is not reserved for a certain kind of person or a certain level of spiritual maturity. It is not a reward you have to earn. It is a gift, and it is available right now, in this season, in this situation, in this life that feels unresolved and uncertain and complicated. You can have it. You can choose to walk in it. And it starts, like everything starts, with one small step. The small step of saying, I choose to trust you today. I choose peace over panic today. I choose to believe that you are working, even when I can't see it. That one choice, made consistently, becomes a way of life, and a life of peace is a transformed life. Clarity. You know that fog you've been living in? That thick, confusing haze, where you can't quite see where you're going, can't quite hear what you're supposed to do, can't quite figure out who you're supposed to be? I am going to lift that. As you draw closer to me, as you practice the small acts of obedience, as you let go of the things that have been clouding your vision, as you release control and begin to rest in my guidance, the fog starts to clear. Not all at once, but steadily, like morning burning off. And you'll begin to see things that were invisible to you before. You'll begin to hear things you couldn't hear through the noise. You'll begin to sense direction where before there was only confusion. You'll begin to know, not with perfect certainty, but with enough clarity to take the next step, what you are supposed to do, who you are supposed to be, where you are supposed to go. That clarity is coming, and with it comes purpose. The deep, bone-level sense of being exactly where you are supposed to be, of waking up in the morning and knowing that your life means something, of looking at what you do with your days and understanding how it connects to something larger than yourself, of being used, actually used, in real and meaningful ways to make a difference in the lives of the people around you. You were made for purpose, not for survival, not for going through the motions, not for filling time between birth and death. You were made for a specific contribution to this world, a contribution that only you can make, in the specific way that only you can make it, to the specific people that only you have access to. And that purpose is not gone. Even if you've detoured, even if you've delayed, even if you feel like you've wasted years on things that didn't matter, the purpose remains. It was written into you before you arrived, and it is patient. It waits for you. It does not expire. Come back to it. Come back to the sense of calling that I placed in you, the thing that makes your heart beat a little faster, the thing you can't quite explain, but can't quite forget, the thing that, when you're near it, makes you feel most alive and most like yourself. That thing is not a coincidence. That thing is a calling. And I am inviting you, today, in this moment, to begin saying yes to it. Not all of it at once, just the next small step toward it. And then, freedom. Freedom from fear, real freedom. Not the absence of fear. Fear might still come. It might still knock on the door. But the power to look at fear and say, you don't have the last word here. I am not ruled by you. I am led by something greater than you. And I choose, today, to follow that instead of you. That is what freedom feels like. It is not the absence of challenge. It is the presence of courage that is bigger than the challenge. It is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the presence of a trust that can hold steady through uncertainty. It is not the absence of pain. It is the presence of a peace that exists alongside the pain, and a hope that survives it. This is the life I have for you. This is what I'm building. This is what is on the other side of all the small steps, all the quiet faithfulness, all the letting go, all the trust. A life that is free. A life that is full. A life that is yours. Not the small, shrunken, fear-driven version of yourself you've been living in, but the real, full, wide-open, joyful, purposeful, deeply connected version of yourself that I envisioned when I created you. That version is not lost. That version is who you are becoming, right now, one small step at a time. The promise, what I am saying to you, today. My child, I want to make you some promises. Real promises, not conditional on your perfection. Not contingent on you getting everything right. Not promises that evaporate the next time you stumble. Permanent promises. Unbreakable ones. The kind that are older than your fears and bigger than your failures and stronger than anything that has tried to separate you from me. Here they are. I will never leave you. Not when you're struggling, not when you're failing, not when you've pushed me away, not when you've forgotten me. Not when you've convinced yourself that you've gone too far. I will never leave you. I have placed myself with you permanently, without condition, without end. You cannot sin your way out of my presence. You cannot fail your way out of my love. You cannot walk so far away that you are outside the reach of my pursuit. I will always come after you. I will always be there when you turn around. I will never leave you. I will finish what I started in you. The good work I began in you, the work of making you whole, making you free, making you into the full person you were created to be, I will finish it. Not you, me. I am the one who started it, and I am the one who will bring it to completion. Your job is to show up. My job is to do the transforming, and I am very, very good at my job. You don't have to save yourself. You don't have to fix yourself. You don't have to get yourself together before I can use you. You just have to keep showing up, keep saying yes, keep taking the small steps. I will finish it. I will work everything together for your good. The losses, the failures, the detours, the years that felt wasted, the pain, the betrayals, the mistakes. Every single thing that has happened in your life, even the worst things, even the things that seem designed to destroy you. I am weaving all of it together into something that will serve your flourishing. Not because bad things are good, not because pain doesn't hurt, but because I am that creative. Because my redemptive power is that complete. Because I can take the most broken, jagged, painful pieces of a life and use them to make something that could not have existed without them. Your story is not ruined. Your story is being redeemed. And the most powerful parts of your testimony, the parts that will one day reach someone else who is where you are right now, will be built from exactly the things you are struggling with today. Nothing is wasted. Nothing. I will provide for you. Not sometimes, not just in the big moments, consistently, faithfully, in ways both miraculous and ordinary. I will provide for your needs, the physical ones, yes, but also the deeper ones. The need to be known, the need to be loved, the need to belong, the need for purpose, the need for peace. I will provide for all of it. I always have, and as you grow in trust, you will begin to see my provision more clearly, not because it increased, but because your eyes have been opened. I have always been providing for you, even in the seasons that felt like lack. I was there, I was working, I was providing in ways you may not have recognized, and I am not going to stop. I will give you rest. That tiredness you carry, the deep soul-level tiredness that has nothing to do with sleep, I am the answer to that. The rest I offer is not the rest of having fewer problems. It is the rest of knowing that someone else is carrying what you cannot, the rest of laying down the weight you are never supposed to bear, and trusting that I've got it. The rest of a mind that can be still, even in the middle of chaos, because it is anchored in me. Come to me with your tiredness, not to a strategy, not to a self-help plan, not to a method of optimization. Come to me, and I will give you rest, real rest, the kind that changes you. These are my promises to you, spoken over your life today, on this day that I arranged for you to receive this message. These promises are not new. They have been true since before you were born. But today, I am speaking them directly to you, personally, into the specific situation of your specific life, in this specific season, with full knowledge of everything you are carrying and everything you are facing. These promises are for you. Receive them. The call, what I am asking you to do. I've spoken a lot today, and I want to end with something simple. Because this is not a moment for complexity. This is not a moment for strategy or planning or making a long list of everything you're going to change. This is a moment for one thing, one response to everything I have said today, to every word I have spoken into your heart, to every promise and every truth and every call. I am asking for one response. Yes. That's it. Just yes. Not a yes that has everything figured out. Not a yes that comes with a plan. Not a yes that is confident and certain and fully convinced. Not even a yes that feels completely true yet. Just, yes, God, I am going to try. Yes, God, I am going to take the next small step. Yes, God, I am going to let go of what's been holding me back. Yes, God, I am going to choose trust over fear. Yes, God, I am going to stop running from what you're calling me toward. Yes, God, I am available. I am willing. I am here. That's all. That yes is the seed from which everything grows. And if you can't say a full, confident yes today, if the best you can do is a scared, shaking, partial yes, that's okay. I'll take it. I've built empires from less. Give me your yes. Even a broken one. Even a whispered one. Even a teary, barely holding on, I don't know if I can do this yes. Give it to me. And then watch. Because when you say yes to me, I say yes to you. Yes to your healing. Yes to your freedom. Yes to your purpose. Yes to your future. Yes to everything I planned for you before the foundations of the world were laid. Your yes unlocks my yes. So say it, right now, in whatever way is true for you. Say yes, and let's begin. A love letter, the final word. Before I finish, let me say this one more time, because you need to hear it more than once. You need to hear it until it goes down past the surface and takes root in the deepest place in you. I love you. Not the performance of you. Not the best version of you. Not the you that has it all together and is doing everything right and making all the right choices. You. The real you. The complicated, struggling, sometimes failing, sometimes soaring, tired and hopeful and scared and brave you. I love that one. That's the one I chose. That's the one I came for. That's the one I am working in, speaking to, calling forward, standing with, and never, never giving up on. You are not a disappointment to me. You are not a burden. You are not a project I'm tired of. You are my child. And everything I do, every word I speak, every door I open, every season I allow, every breakthrough I orchestrate, all of it is an expression of that love. All of it is me, working on your behalf, in ways you can see and in ways you can't, toward a future that is more beautiful than anything you've been able to imagine for yourself. Trust me with that future. Trust me with today. Trust me with the small things and the big things and the things in between. Trust me. Not because it will always be easy. Not because you will always understand. Not because the path will always be clear. But because I am trustworthy. Because I have always been trustworthy. Because I will always be trustworthy. Because I am the God who keeps my promises, who does not change, who does not abandon, who does not tire of his people, who does not give up on his children, who has loved you from the beginning and will love you into eternity, and has never stopped loving you for a single moment in between. That love is your foundation. Stand on it, walk on it, build your life on it. And everything else, everything you're afraid of, everything you're uncertain about, everything you're still holding, everything you haven't figured out yet. Bring it here. Bring it to me, lay it down at my feet, and let me show you what I can do with a surrendered life. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. You will not regret the moment you decided to trust me. You will look back on this day, this ordinary, specific, divinely arranged day, and you will say, that was the day things started to change. That was the beginning. This is the beginning. Welcome to it. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm not going anywhere. Let's do this together. Transition. Carrying this forward. The words have been spoken. The message has been delivered. And now comes the part that determines everything. What you do with it. Because this moment, this feeling, this stirring in your heart, this warmth and openness and sense of possibility is precious. It is real. And it is also fragile in the way that all new beginnings are fragile. The world outside this moment is loud. The noise will come back. The distractions will return. Life will keep happening, and it will keep happening fast. And if you do not do something to anchor what has occurred here, it will fade. I don't want it to fade. I don't want this to be another moment of inspiration that changes your feelings for a few hours and then disappears into the ordinary. I want this to be the beginning of a real shift. And for that to happen, I am going to ask you, one more time, for a small act of obedience. Not a big one, small. In the next 24 hours, do one concrete thing that represents your yes. Just one. Maybe it is 5 minutes of sitting quietly with me in the morning before you pick up your phone. Maybe it is writing one sentence in a journal, one honest, unedited sentence about what you're choosing to trust me with today. Maybe it is making one phone call you've been avoiding, or having one conversation you've been afraid to have. Maybe it is putting down one thing that has been numbing you and sitting with the discomfort for just one day. One thing, something real, something small, something that says, I heard you today and I'm responding. That response is what transforms a feeling into a direction. That response is what makes today the first day of something new, rather than just a beautiful moment that passed. You've been given a gift today. Now steward it. One small step, go. Closing prayer. Read this slowly. Speak it out loud if you can. Let every word be true when you say it. God, I come to you right now, not as someone who has everything figured out, but as someone who is willing. I come with all of it. The fear, the confusion, the doubt, the past, the mistakes, the questions that don't have answers yet. The dreams I've been afraid to believe in. The wounds I've been too proud to let you touch. I bring all of it to you. I'm done pretending I can manage this alone. I'm done carrying what you never meant for me to carry. I'm done running from the life you're calling me toward. Today, I say yes. Not a perfect yes, not a fearless yes, not a yes that has it all figured out, but a real yes. The best yes I have right now, in this moment, with everything I am. Yes to your guidance. Yes to your timing. Yes to your grace. Yes to letting go. Yes to the small steps. Yes to the quiet faithfulness. Yes to trusting you with the things I cannot control. Yes to receiving the love you have been offering me all along. Forgive me for the times I turned away. Forgive me for the times I believed the lies about who I am. Forgive me for the times I trusted my own fear more than I trusted you. I receive your forgiveness right now, not just as a concept, but as a reality, as something I am actively taking into my heart and choosing to live inside of. I am forgiven. I am loved. I am chosen. I am not too far gone. I am not too late. I am exactly where I need to be, in the hands of the God who works all things together for good. Speak to me in the quiet moments. Guide me in the small decisions. Strengthen me when fear comes knocking. Remind me every day that I am yours. And help me, God, please help me to take the next small step. Just the next one. I don't need to see the whole staircase, I just need the next step. Give me that, and I will trust you with everything else. In faith, in hope, in love. I say, Amen. Affirmations. Speak these over yourself, daily out loud, until you believe them. Read each one slowly. Put your hand on your chest if you want to. Let these words land in your body, not just your mind. Say them like you mean them, even if you don't fully mean them yet. Especially then. I am loved by God with a love that has no condition and no end. I am not defined by my past. I am being made new. My small steps of faithfulness are producing miracles I cannot yet see. I choose trust over fear, today and every day. I am releasing what no longer serves me, and I am making room for what God has prepared. I am not behind. I am on divine time, and everything is unfolding exactly as it should. I do not need to have all the answers. I only need to take the next step. God is working in the silence, in the waiting, in the dark, and something beautiful is being formed. I am not alone. I have never been alone. God is with me in every single moment. My mistakes do not disqualify me. My willingness is enough. I am becoming more free, more whole, more fully myself every single day. God's plan for my life is good, radically, overwhelmingly, abundantly good. I am at peace, not because everything is resolved, but because I am held by the one who holds all things. I am worthy of love, of joy, of purpose, of abundance, not because I earned it, but because I was made by a God who wastes nothing and withholds nothing from those who trust him. Today I say yes to the small step, to the quiet faith, to the transformation that is already in motion. I am his, he is mine, and that is enough. That has always been enough. Speak life into yourself. You were made for this, and it has already begun. To the person who needed this today, you are seen, you are known, you are loved beyond what you can comprehend right now. The God of the universe has his eye on you, not to judge you, not to condemn you, but to call you forward into the fullest, freest, most beautiful version of the life he created you for. Take the step, just the small one, and trust the rest to the one who has never, not once, not ever, failed the people who put their trust in him. This message was not an accident, and neither are you.